Hi Cancer, it's Sloan Rose with your Love and Romance reading for the months of August, September, and October 2018. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So Cancer, just to remind you, I do these readings in a 3-month increment. So we're doing August, September, and October. And then in between, I do a shorter love reading. So the next love reading will be in September and then in October. And those ones will be more directive. Those ones will be what you're meant to do, not doing what you can look forward to regardless in love. So let's just go ahead and get started, Cancer. And also to remind all signs that my life, purpose, and career readings are up and available at the Sloan Academy. There are links below as well as above. And those readings are available by subscription, but there is a free 30-day trial, so you're welcome to check it out for free. And then after that, it's 99 cents a month, which is pretty reasonable. But I will be also releasing the life, purpose, and career readings for August, September, and October, a 3-month increment, as I always do here on the YouTube channel. So you can view that hopefully in the next week. That'll be up. And I do have the online courses available at the Sloan Academy as well. So if you're interested in spirituality, crystals, how to read oracle cards, you can check out those courses to see if you find any resonance there. So today I'm going to get one card from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck by Colette Baron-Reid for the overarching theme. 3 cards from the Mary L. Tarot for past, present, future in love, and then 1 card from the what's it called? The Earth Magic deck by Stephen Farmer. Okay, Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Love and Romance, August, September, October 2018. Here we go, Cancer. Okay. Listening. Very interesting. Beautiful card. Listening. Listening to yourself, listening to your intuition, listening to your partners, listening to your crushes. So many times we think we know what other people want, but if we just took the time to listen to exactly what they're saying, we would really find out what they want as opposed to what we think they want or what we think they should want. But there's more to it than that, but let's get some additional cards. It may also be, for some of you Cancerians, that you're looking for clues. You're really interested, you're really curious, and you're looking for clues to how someone feels about you, or you're listening to your intuition, how you feel about someone else. Listening to the music of your own heart. I'm really drawn to all the music notes there. Paying very careful attention, looking for the right time. Whatever that means to you. Just know that with that number 8, it's this idea of timing being important to you here. Alright, so looking at the past, present, future for Cancer from the Mary L. Tarot. Okay, here we go, Cancer. So in the recent past, we have the Fool. In the present, we have the Queen of Swords. Could be an air sign involved, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And then in the future position, we have the 7 of Swords, keeping your cards close to your chest, not really knowing where you stand. As I mentioned, this card, this idea of listening, being curious, wondering, trying to figure things out, paying attention. That would make sense for the 7 of Swords. Now you want to make sure that you're listening with an open ear, not listening for the worst things in someone, waiting to catch them out. Because whenever we, how we listen is just as important to what we are listening to or who we are listening to. All right, so in the recent past, we have the Fool card here, Cancer. Brand new beginning, could be travel to find somebody, someone who's very different than yourself. Could be someone from out of town, this kind of energy. In the recent past, it has a lot of potential and a lot of fun with that energy, unexpected enticements, let's say, and interest. and someone who's helping you transform quite a bit, Cancer. They're very different than you is how I feel about it, whether they're from out of town or from a different culture, or just you've had to go out of town to see them, or they're coming into town. Regardless of any of that kind of energy, just they're different from you. And the way that the two of you interact helps you to learn and grow about yourself, which is really cool. It is in the recent past. Maybe this is why you're listening so intently. You know, you're really curious, like, what are they saying? How are they saying it? And what do they mean by that? Regardless of whether you are partnered or single. And then in the center, in the present moment, we have the Queen of Swords. As I mentioned, could be an air sign, or someone with a lot of air in their chart, someone who's very independent-minded, very quick-witted, very funny, very literal-minded. You know, you're a Cancer, you're very emotional, you understand the emotional realms, and you're very caring, and this Queen of Swords individual is much more like just cut and dry, and you find that refreshing, and you're curious about that. And it could be you incorporating, of course, these characteristics in the present moment in order to understand your partner more, being less emotional. So I don't want to just say that it's, you know, it is an individual. It could be you, Cancer, but you know, this is a general reading, so I want to cover all the bases as best I can. And then in the near future, Cancer, we do have the Seven of Swords. Again, not everything being revealed. I don't usually see this card as sneaking around necessarily. I see it more as though someone is picking and choosing what it is they find most relevant to themselves in the moment. So it's a little slightly different aspect to it, but you're not quite sure with the Seven of Swords where people are at. Again, this may be why you're listening so intently here. All right, let me get, oh, we have the Chariot under the deck as well, in the reverse. So we have two sevens here. We have the Elephant, kind of a slow-moving, heavy-footed animal. The two sevens indicating a slow kind of movement. Maybe there, you know, that is surrounding this connection with someone. Again, this may be why you're listening so intently. You're trying to figure things out. The Chariot in reverse can indicate trouble on the road, or travel trouble. So just be cautious of that, Cancer. I always like to tell people that whenever that card kind of pops up. It can also indicate kind of feeling out of control, but it is under the deck, so I'm not too, you know, I'm not going to focus on that too much. I'm more curious about this Queen of Swords in their present. This person would, again, not mean you any harm. They're just very different than you, and they are providing you with an opportunity to grow and learn about yourself. And I feel like there is some kind of mystical connection there, some kind of spiritual connection that has to do with this individual. So it could be kind of some, you know, I hate to use these words because everyone gets so attached to them, but they're a way that we all kind of understand mystical, soulmate-y type of energy here, helping you to awaken to something beyond yourself. Because even though they're very cut and dry, even though they have this very logical demeanor, they're very communicative, very clear-sighted, something about them also, there's also this spiritual nature to them that is interesting to you. Again, it could be you embodying and incorporating this energy, opening your third eye during this time, listening to the voice of spirit, the angels. It doesn't have to be an individual. But I feel like for many of you, someone has come in recently, in the recent past, with a Fool, or just someone's embodying these characteristics. Either your partner is acting in a whole new way recently in the past, and you're like, what are you doing? That's not what you usually do. Or they're, you know, they're trying out some new things, and you're just kind of like, that's different. But this is why you're listening. You're trying to figure it out. Because they are transforming. He or she is transforming. And it could be you as well, obviously. And in the future positions, we kind of go into, leaving September and into October, we have the Seven of Swords energy. Remember, it's nothing to be afraid of, but keep your cards close to your chest. Make sure you're listening very intently to yourself, to your partner, to your crushes, to make sure that you understand what they're wanting or what they're needing, because you may have different agendas, different expectations, let's say. And I always encourage everyone to stay away from agendas and expectations, because they can really dampen the enthusiasm and the joy of relationships. So let's get one more card and then I'll close out your reading. Okay, here we go. Vigilance, stone people. I think Gemini got this as well. There's a reason that you are listening intently, and there's a reason you're being asked to be vigilant, because of the Seven of Swords energy. You just don't know sometimes with the Seven of Swords. It doesn't mean that someone's cheating. It just means that there's a reason people are keeping their cards close to their chest as well as you. There's a reason there's this kind of energy of not everything being revealed. So make sure that you're communicating clearly. Make sure that you are listening intently to yourself and to your partner. And when you ask a question, listen for the true answer, not the answer you think they're giving. Ask for clarity if you don't understand. There's a lot of energy around here with this cool energy of someone being new. They're doing something differently, or there's someone who's in the recent past who's come in who's very different than yourself. And it's going to be important that you keep that communication going very clearly, very openly. Again, nothing to fear, just something to be curious about and vigilant about. Knowing who you are, listening to your own guides and angels, knowing who you are so that you can more appropriately respond to what another may need or want from you. So anyway, I hope you find that helpful, Cancer. I wish you much love as always. The next love reading will be up in September, and the life purpose and career readings are up now on the Sloan Academy, as well as the longer, more comprehensive life purpose and career reading here on the YouTube channel will be up soon. And or maybe I'll see you at your own private appointment for Reiki or Tarot. Much love to you.